Good morning, everyone, and this is me, Dipesh Sule, in the commentary box. ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026 is at that stage now where teams are just going to reserve their place further in this roadmap because we are at the group stage matches now, and very soon we are going to have that fight and that encounters which are going to make interesting, because everybody wants to reach to the further stage, further on the roadmap and on a smooth highway. Well, it's a wonderful day here out today. Again, morning it was raining here at the KTJ Oval, but now thankfully we have some sun out here, so the dew is about to clear very soon. Let's wait up for that, but before everything else, let's go in for the toss between Bhutan and Qatar with our commentator friend Yusuf for the toss.
Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the KTJ Oval in yet another encounter of the Asian Women's Premier T20 Cup. And we've got the toss here happening between Bhutan and Qatar here, with both our captains here. Bhutan in the fair yellow and Qatar in the crimson. And we got our match referee here, Varsha Nagre, and the home captain is Anjum from Bhutan, and we'll spin the coin. Tails is the call.
Heads it is.
Heads it is. And Bhutan is Anjum, you've won the toss. What are we doing?
We are bowling first.
It's been a competitive tournament for you so far. Came close in that first game as well. Your bowling has been good. Would you be leaning on them to make sure that you put that breaks first up with the Qatari innings?
Yeah, we are planning for that because two matches the bowler did so well, so they are confident with that. So hope it will.
What do you think would be an ideal score for you to chase down here?
Well, I don't know, but let's see in the game because we don't know about that.
Lovely. Thank you so much and wish you all the very best for the game. Aisha? Well, batting first, what would you have done?
No, we would have fielded first because of the pitch conditions and the outer field. I think batting first, fielding first is ideal for this ground, yeah.
With you batting first now, what kind of a score are you expecting to put on board?
We should keep at least 120 plus to keep them beat.
Right, lovely. All the very best for the rest of the game and have a nice day. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And the news from the center is that Bhutan, the home team, have won the toss and they'll be having a bowl first here at the KTJ Oval.
Well, important toss for Bhutan to win and choosing to field out there. It's, I think, Yusuf had more smile than both the captains, because I can imagine what both the captains are thinking right now. As I said, we are at that stage that every team is putting their best out, their best of the game to get the roadmap for them in the future pretty clear. Good looking teams on both the side. We also have our umpires, Ms. Rokeya Sultana from Bangladesh and Noor Hijra from Malaysia. And of course, sometime back, even Yusuf said that on the toss. So our match ref for this game is going to be Varsha Nagre from India. So it's Bhutan versus Qatar, and it's an interesting game that we are going to witness here. As we already told you, Bhutan has won the toss, decided to field first. Important is what is the strategy that Anju Gurung is going to have in her mind, because it is not going to be easy taking on Qatar, especially when you have Gertrude coming in as the striker batter, and you can see her already at the striker's end. The first ball that comes in onto the leg side. Good to see a little bit of bounce. I'm not saying that great of a bounce, but a little bit of bounce. And that will bring in my colleague and co-commentator Yusuf in the commentary box. Yusuf, good toss for Bhutan to win and selecting to field, considering the the dew on the wicket if you can just throw some light on it.
I think both the captains had no hesitation. Both the captains had no hesitation, Deepesh, in wanting to bowl first. I think it's a lot to do with the conditions out there. The ball is going to hold up in the pitch. The dew is very prominent during this phase, and they want to take advantage of the situation up front. And Bhutan having the rub of the green today.
Well, of course, Richie starting the proceedings for Bhutan at the bowling end with 11 number jersey. And we have still Gertrude on the strike. Fantastic batter that she is. Loves to time the ball very nicely. And on the other end, to accompany Gertrude, it is going to be Fatima Mukadam. Again, both are very good timers of the ball. Once you know that they are going with their own pace, then there is very difficult to stop both of them. But at this point of time, it is the power play that is more important. What are you going to do in this 6 overs?
Very young batter, Fatima Mukadam, just 16 years of age.
Lovely, lovely. Again, interesting to see Yusuf the bounce on this wicket.
Not the most confident carry through to the keeper, but as you did mention earlier, there's that little bit which the bowlers can work with. No signs of any lateral movement much as of yet. Bhutan will really be hoping to try and extract as much as they can with the outfield conditions during the early parts of the game.
Well, yes, now we come on to the next ball. A little slower one, I think, just to change the pace. But missing the line and a wide ball given by our umpire.
Ball that time having lateral movement. Ball moving away from the right-hander. And Jordan would like to make the batsman play at the ball with that kind of movement. Bowl it in and around that off stump and try to move away and effect an edge.
Another one that will go towards the deep third region. Just that outside edge will get some runs from the bat here.
Very surprised that there's no inclusion of a slip with that kind of lateral movement. She's bowling pretty well as well, Jordan. And their bowling has been very good throughout the tournament. You've covered one of their games as well, Deepesh.
Not just bowling, but even I would give them credit for good batting as well. Fighting the most difficult situations. I think they have batters lower down the order as well. So it's good to see, Bhutan and Qatar, those two teams doing so well. Again, this one's in the air, trying to target the gap. And Yusuf, this is going to happen. Not a great fast outfield. So the ball is always going to take its time to reach to the boundary unless it is hit very hard.
And the first 4 for none. Not the most even outfield here at the KTJ Oval, and that dampness surrounding the entire grass here holds that ball back from moving rapidly towards the boundary, and that's what you saw at the end of the previous over. But make no mistake, Gertrude Chandiri very capable of clearing those boundary lines.
Well, yes, not an easy one to bat out today, but eventually you will have to find your own way. Anju Gurung, the captain, comes out to bowl. Again, fantastic bowler. Loves to go that extra bit of pace whenever required. Has a good knack of bowling at the right areas. And she's done well. She's done pretty well. Dual role as a captain and as a player. Sometimes challenging, Yusuf.
Definitely, I think we've seen that happen. Captaincy getting to players. Driven straight down to Sonam at mid-off.
I've always loved this sound when the ball hits that timber. Maybe it is not a run, but it's something that just amazes every time I hear that sound.
I mean, it is impeccable. As growing up playing the game, it is one of those feelings that you really long for. In comes Anju once again, very straightforward action. that hold up before the delivery of Anjum kind of reminds me a bit of Zahir Khan's action. Stays up front, close to that crease, that leap and that whip.
Seems like a plan, Yusuf, when she's bowling more on those 3 sticks, not giving any room for Gertrude to, get into her comfort zone, because she's very good playing shots across the square region.
Anju once again taken on the full, driven with conviction. The ball will rocket through to the cover boundary. That'll be the first boundary of the game. Chandiri adding to the Qatari total. You give her freebies like that, and that'll be the result.
I was just talking about giving her the comfort zone. This is her comfort zone. Till the time you were bowling on those 3 sticks, nothing happened, and then suddenly that full toss ball, which was supposed to be punished, and she's very good in doing that.
I'd like to pick your brains on what you just brought up, Deepesh. See, Anju is a very reputed bowler and leads the pace attack for Bhutan as well. What makes any fast bowler who's bowling that perfect line and length at the wicket to wicket, at the stumps, suddenly bowl that loose ball? Is it a lapse of attention? Is it a lapse of concentration? I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
I think it's early, part of the game at this point in time. And sometimes, you doesn't matter how much prepared you are doing the net practices, doing the, the team huddles and everything. But eventually, when you come down at the 22 yards, you're on your own. So it's the mind that works there. It's how are you going to solve your own problems. It's an exam. Nobody comes to solve that for you.
I think it comes with experience as well. You look at the great bowlers. Talk, for example, the Bumrahs, the Malingas. In comes Anju once again. This time plays across the line, and umpire's finger will go up. Umpire Ruqayya Sultana from Bangladesh had absolutely no hesitation. Big fish, Deepesh.
Absolutely an early big blow to Qatar, because Gertrude is one of the finest batters, and she's wonderful when it comes to play the long innings and make a difference, especially in batting first. But trying to play that across the line, and the first wicket for Bhutan, they would be enjoying this moment.
Bit of a nothing shot on that occasion, never really committing to playing that shot, but very risky move up front, and the price was paid in the form of a wicket. Anju to continue. She's bowling right arm around the wicket to the left hand, creating that angle. Very, very perplexed as to why a slip is not placed. In comes Anju once again. Beg your pardon, that's left arm over the wicket. Anju bowling across the right hand.
Oh, that edged. And sometime back you mentioned that why there is no first slip. Could have been an important one here, because you could have got Qatar into more trouble. End of 2 overs, it's 9 for 1. And Richie will come back to bowl again. Started off with 2 pacers. Got a right plan, because it's due conditions out here on the wicket, especially the outfield as well. So your pacers have a good chance. And now that can't even call it a first slip, but probably she's standing at the second or the third slip out there, a little wider to the wicket keeper. And that is what surprises me, because most of the time your edge can go to the first slip or the second slip. This is almost like the third slip that is standing. Nicely pitched and quickly a single.
Jordan continuing from the highway end, if I'd like to call that part of it, because it's close to the road side of affairs here. Shrutib and Kamlesh Bhai, the new batter for Qatar. Qatar, of course, coming into this tournament with aspirations. Like you did point out, there's a 2.5 kind of slip placed there. And the third man in place as well. I'm not sure exactly what the thinking is. Jordan once again bowls it on a length, happy to get back onto the back foot and punch it through for a single. Qatar's captain said she wanted 120. What do you reckon, Deepesh?
At this moment, singles are something that we are seeing on a regular basis. 120, it's a long road, to be very honest, especially looking at the dew factor. Unless and until you are going to use that superpower to clear the ball to the fences, it is not going to accelerate that soon. Probably an hour or so will get the dew almost cleared. But then again, that will help Bhutan in the second innings. It really won't help that Qatar at this moment. So if you've got to take an advantage of the power play, I think start hitting.
Power play is very crucial. Teams do win most of their games when they win the power play. And Qatar right now being dictated to by the Bhutanese. Richie Jordan will continue.
Oh, lovely. Again, a bit of a effort that was put in there. And they still have that deep third region intact. Most of the time we've seen start from the innings, the runs have come behind the stumps. Be it the deep third region, be it the backward point. Those are the regions which have been busy at the moment. And I think it's also a right thing, because when you have a short covers, you have a short extra covers, you have a mid on, mid off, short mid wicket. Oh, this one's going to go and travel for a boundary. Comes into the position, and what a shot, Yusuf.
Incredible. Rocks onto that back foot and helped it on its way. 16-year-old Fatima Muqaddam had no problem standing up to that. Punished the good delivery. And you were talking about going after the loose deliveries, Deepesh. There you go. Question answered.
You just want to understand from you how good that for footwork it was.
Immediately, I think she recognized the length very early. Very characteristic of talented opening batters. In comes Jordan once again. This time, lets it go through to the keeper. We'll have to wait for the signal from the square leg umpire. Nothing doing. End of the third. 17 for 1.
Three overs and 17 for 1 with a bouncer in the previous over on the last ball, just giving a reply to that boundary. And trust me, I mean, no pace bowler loves to get hit like this, especially the pull shots, the straight drives, the one that launches straight in the air, which goes to either the long on, long off or the cow corners. I mean, pacers, they really take it personally. And probably that bouncer was the reply to that last ball in the previous over by Richie. But right now, it's Anju Gurung back in the attack. Much fuller, much fuller. Love this when she plays with pace and the line.
Think surprised the batter on that occasion. Going fuller than she's been bowling all this time. Also, small correction on my mention in the previous over. It was Shrutiban Rana who got the boundary, not Fatima Muqaddam. Anju to continue.
Lovely. So the first one goes as a slower one. The next one comes that pacey one to surprise the batter there, Fatima. And she's versatile when it comes to her bowling spells. It's something special when you see. First of all, we've seen very few pace bowlers as captains, and when you see a left hand bowler, it's a treat to watch.
Once again, doing the right thing, making the better play on the front foot, getting that edge involved, getting that first slip involved. This is textbook new ball bowling. She'd like to pull that length back a bit to try and get the batsman to push at the delivery and effect an edge through to the keeper. She's been bowling some really good deliveries here, Anjum.
The only feeling that she would get is so close yet so far.
Definitely, I think we can see something materializing very soon, either for or against, and change of
again very much onto the 3 sticks, as if that she's thought it very clearly. The game plan is very clear that if I'm going to bowl around that 3 sticks. That only one wideish full toss delivery that she bowled to the to Gertrude, and it was a boundary. But otherwise, I think she has bowled the right areas till now. It's just the second over of her spell. Good throw, good collect, and a good single between Fatima and Shruti Ben.
Been an evenly contested affair so far. Batters able to accumulate that bit of runs needed, and the bowlers have kept things under control as well. Qatar, big loss, that early wicket of Gertrude Chandiru, their vice captain.
Last ball of this over. 18 for 1. Fatima on strike. Oops. All good for Qatar at this moment after the last ball. Good over by Anju again. And it's going to be 19 for the loss of 1 wicket after the end of 4 overs.
Bit of hydration for the Qatari batter, I beg your pardon. I think it's something noteworthy bringing up as well. The conversation around cricketing terminology. We have now officially moved on to batter and the player of the match instead of the words that we are used to, batsman, man of the match. And it's taken a bit of conditioning for us broadcasters as well.
Start of a new over, and a new bowler has been introduced by the captain, Sonam. When you talk about that 7 number jersey, you know what 7 number holds, the legacy that holds, and I'm without any doubt, I think MS Dhoni would be the favourite player for Sonam as well.
That too on a yellow jersey.
It's good to see when things work out.
The FIFA World Cup is coming soon. There's another number 7 playing there as well. A cross-border number that has really captivated the fans. In comes Sonam once again, taken on the full, and will cross the point. Fieldsman outfield playing as expected. They'll come back for a second. This is good batting by Qatar.
Long chase for Sonam Choden, but she does it well. And then again, you know, this is purely because of the dew that is there to surprise the batters today. With early rains out here at the KTJ Oval. Can't blame the weather as well. But as I said, if you got to get runs and you got to get boundaries in this power play overs, then you have to, you know, time yourself in such a way that the ball will be passing through the fences out there, or else you got to hit with a lot of power, because that's the only way, you know, you can clear those boundaries. And at this point of time you need it, because in T20 cricket I always feel that it's all about the perfect 11, the first 6 overs and the last 5 overs.
I think the T20 games evolved so much in terms of the thinking that goes into it. Sonam to continue this time on a length, no chance of a run. It's evolved so much. It used to be a situation where you get marquee players from other formats and have it as an exhibition sort of situation with T20 cricket, but it's gradually taken a lot of precedence in terms of global cricket and the analytics, the matchups. We frequently hear that term matchups, don't we, Deepesh?
Absolutely. Good point to mention, Yusuf. Sonam hunting for a wicket here. They've got an early breakthrough and some close appeals that Bhutan has been engaged in. Now, I think Sonam is looking for her second one. Yusuf, from here on, I think there is one more over of power play. What approach should Qatar at this point in time can take to accelerate the momentum?
I think Kamlesh Bhai missed out on an opportunity there as well. So they'll have to pounce on the loose ones, and Bhutan, despite their good bowling, have offered one of those deliveries every now and then, and as long as you capitalize on them, you will get there through to a respectable situation. So far, Qatar have managed to keep that run rate in a situation where it's not getting out of hand for them to go for a good total, and that's the good thing about it. But they need to not take the foot off the pedal. Kamlesh Bhai, she's looked good so far.
Even if you say, at this point in time, we'll continue this point after the new bowler resumes. 5 overs gone, 22 for 1. Even if it is said consistency is the key, but you need to use that key to unlock many challenges at this point in time for especially for Qatar, because 5 overs 22, a decent average of 4.4, but you need to have more. Probably Anju is in a hurry to get a wicket, and because she's the captain, she's getting herself again to bowl the third over of her spell.
Comes Jordan once again, this time on a length. Saw this happening quite frequently throughout the tournament as well. Third over for the wicket-taking bowler in the power play. Singapore did that with Ella Brook, and that backfired for them. But Bhutan, they're looking for wickets. It's great that they have brought that slip in, where the wicket of Chandiru will come back to bite the Qataris. We'll have to wait and see. Jordan to continue. This time on a length, rocks back onto the back foot, cuts it past the point fieldsman, but deep point placed exactly for that kind of a situation. The score moves on to 23. Qatari batters looking fairly settled.
Well, it's also a good decision by Anju to get herself to bowl yet another over, because she's really bowling well, and she's very close to get a breakthrough here. Consistent line and length can bring you results.
Lovely delivery. You expect your keepers and your fielders to back you up, and Jordan will not be too happy about that.
Especially with this kind of a bowling, it's not just a challenge for the batter, but also for the wicket keeper.
Lateral movement, and also the fact that she bowls across the batter. There is a blind spot for the keeper, and requires a high level of skill in order to gauge the trajectory and make sure that you're right behind the ball. Jordan to continue.
Another one that just played straight in the hands of the fielder. A direct hit was required to make things interesting here. Very close chance, Yusuf. How good this approach can be for Qatar.
Qatar, I think they have continued to look for runs wherever that has come. That's proactive cricket, even if it's to the close-in fielders. If they've had the opportunity, they've gotten those starts with the runs. You can see the other batter positioned in the other pitch. In comes Jordan once again. driven with conviction, but the point fieldsman will make sure it's nothing more than a single. You can see their batter positioned on the other pitch.
Yeah.
And perhaps the reason for that would be for them to have that free running space and also to get that start up front. End of the sixth, 26 for 1, end of the power play.
Well, yes, the power play comes to an end, and not too many firecrackers have been bursted in this power play. But Qatar is a very good batting side, and something.
Exactly my thoughts. The conversation around is whether there is one more ball left in the over. And for us, the broadcasters, the data here suggests that there's one left, and the umpires, umpire Noor Hijra suggesting that there might be one left, and umpire Rokaya Sultana also having that conversation. But the umpires have collectively decided that that will be the end of the power play. Only 5. Well, after deliberation with the match officials, they've decided after deliberation with the match officials, they've arrived at the conclusion that there's one more delivery left in the over. Anju Jordan will continue. Anju Gurung, I beg your pardon, will continue from the green end. This time drops it on a length and played. The Qatari batsmen are beginning to find their rhythm, Deepesh.
End of the over. Yes, we'll speak about that in the next over. But meanwhile, it is 6 overs gone. It's 27 for 1. Sonam once again has come to the attack, and pacers have been used more on this wonderful track. And yes, to answer that, what you asked, that Qatar batters are, getting back to the groove and getting runs with singles, doubles. This is a good game plan, I would say. When you do know that you don't have a great fast outfield, you might as well utilize the conditions to your positives. And that is what Qatar is seen to be doing. Important is they are not getting to play any unwanted shots. They're playing the ball to the merits, and that is what is important. Right now also, because the ball was onto the leg side and it had a little bit of bounce, Shrutiben was trying to go once again for that pull shot. But anyways, it's a wide ball, so 28 runs will be there on the scoreboard for all of us to see. But important from here on, how Shrutiben is going to switch. She's known to be the most aggressive player, but this time running between the wickets, understanding and calling with good response from Fatima makes it an easy run.
Both of them seem to have good sync, but now the batter's having a chat because there was a very high risk run. The ball went straight to the fielder. A bit more accurate throw, and that was curtains for Muqaddam. Kamlesh Bhai has looked very technically secure, and she's been able to navigate the ball quite conveniently. Wonderful pictures here at the KTJ Oval.
I think for Bhutan, breaking this partnership is very important because this has started blossoming now. From the time that early wicket went off, then both of these batters, Shrutiben and Fatima, took things a little slow, tried to face the difficult challenges thrown by Anju Gurung, thrown by Ritchie, And then, of course, Sonam was introduced to the bowling attack. And when you survive all these situations, there is only one thought in your mind, that let's make the most of it, because the storm is gone. Or is it not gone?
Tell you one thing, Deepesh. For the neutral viewer's eye, Bhutan have bowled really well. They've kept things in check. But what Qatar have done really well is that they've managed to sneak in those ones and twos, and they're still at a very healthy run rate. We don't often see that throughout the course of this tournament, and Qatar have done really well in that regard. They've kept it in check.
Yes, they've actually kept things in check. This one's in the air. And how many runs it is going to fetch? Couple of runs. And the good part is, both of them are fast pair of legs, running the wicket very fast in between the wickets.
Ran the first one hard there. Both Muqaddam and Kamlesh Bhai. I think the messaging from the Qatari camp has been very clear. Proactive cricket. They've gone for the shots whenever it's been there to play for, and when they've run with some credible conviction. In comes Sonam once again from the highway end. Pulls it on a length, makes some room, plays it exactly into the gap. Really looking good here, Muqaddam.
And the other thing is the intent that is shown from both these batters. And when you have that intent in as a part of your game plan, then you are taking things one by one. You are not in a hurry to just go there and only bring runs with sixes and boundaries. But this is like a systematic investment plan.
Exactly.
You're investing this one by one, single, doubles, and on a loose balls you even go for hitting a boundary.
Very high ROI with a bit of volatility here and there. In comes Sonam once again. Drops it on a length, plays it behind the keeper. But fielder in place for that. They'll get through for a single. Qatar, end of the 7th, 32 for 1.
7 overs gone, steady and stable is what I can say the situation right now for Qatar. On the other end, Bhutan is now bringing one of the finest of the bowling resources that they have. Sharing a wonderful spinner, Sharing Zangmo, has been brought to the attack. Now this is where it could be a short twist in the tail. We've seen Wangmo not just coming out to bowl, but she has given the breakthroughs. She's taken wickets time and again. And the same is expected at this point in time. First ball, inside edge, straight to the fielder. Throw at the right end, but good running between the wickets.
For a bit of a moment, Kamlesh Bhai was ball watching, but made it safely in the end.
I think Yusuf, running has been brilliant, and that effort to get a single also in a T20 game has been very much consistent.
Hugely underrated skill. Sharing once again gives the ball a bit of airtime. I think it's gone to the context that the modern interpretation of T20 cricket is such that you need to go all hell for leather from ball one. Very true that you try to maximize your scoring opportunities, but oftentimes those difference makers are those singles. In comes Sharing, gives it a bit of bounce ball in the air, but very safe. Like you did mention, those singles are the change makers in the eventual result.
You look at both of these batters, unshakable. I would say they're rock steady out there in the center. They know what is to be done to get to a score of 120. This time, straight down in the hands. But the ball just pops out and breaks the heart of Sharing Wangmo.
In and out. Deshan Wangmo. Really good with her bat. She's a glove woman at times as well, but unfortunately for Bhutan.
Well, I told you Wang Mo is a wicket-taking bowler, and this was the opportunity that they should have grabbed. The catch went down, and it was ditching Wang Mo.
You can see Kamlesh Bhai and Mukaddam both panting a lot, holding on to their bat. This is when that fatigue kicks in, and there's a lag in terms of your thinking and implementation. You
Need to keep going for the next 2 overs, because after that it will be a drinks break anyways.
Exactly, that's the same thing I was thinking as well. I'm pretty sure the messaging would have come across. Wang Mo bowls it on the full, drives it and drives it really well. Kamlesh Bhai, they'll get through for a single. They're still looking for that second. This is a really good batting.
This is the end of the over, and after the end of 8 overs, it is going to be 37 for 1 with a run rate of 4.62. Sherin Wang Mo, I told you that she's a wicket-taking bowler, and immediately she had a chance where Dechan Wang Mo was standing. A very easy catch. It cannot get more easy than this. And somewhere down the line, the catch got dropped, and it's time for a new bowler to come in. She's also sharing, but sharing Choki Choren.
Ball went in and out of Wang Mo in the previous over. Both set batters, but the fatigue clearly getting to them. Umpires not too happy with the hydration reinforcements that came in between the overs. The official drinks break scheduled in between.
One more spinner been introduced to the attack, and let's see what she's here to offer. First ball, trying to play that squarer to the region. Play and a miss. Straight lands up in the hands of the wicket keeper, Guang Choden.
With a width and plays it down to long on. They'll get through for a single. Even then, you can see Kamlesh Bhai looking for that single, immediately creasing her bat and making sure to turn back. And this tournament, of course, has been a lovely revelation in terms of how associate nations have that skill as well. 18 countries. In comes Jordan. Lot of airtime. Punched in front of square, but fielder placed exactly for that kind of strategy. And you can see the amount of talent that's been in these countries. 18 countries participating for a spot for qualification. The tournament, regardless of whether it's been those associate nations, have been played to the highest standards. The most well-equipped umpires, broadcasters, all in place. Even the anti-corruption unit of the ACC doing its job, ensuring that the game is played with the highest forms of integrity and excellence.
Absolutely, all these parameters actually raises the bar every time you are looking forward for good games to happen. Right from the infrastructure to the management, everything that adds up a far more value to every game that is been witnessed, that has been seen. Oh, did she get some wood on it? Was the only question there. We'll have a replay later, but surely they're just playing with the fire at the moment. 40 gone after the loss of 1 wicket in 9 overs.
I think tournament, like we did speak of, has been played to the highest standards, and it's been played on a level playing field. All the teams housed in the same facility. No gap in terms of resources allocated for each team, and that's good to see. The ACC and the has done an incredible job in ensuring that.
And to be very honest now, what I am interested in is the battle for qualifying to the next level of the game, which is going to be interesting right now. And that always happens with a lot of, parameters being discussed, equations being discussed. What if we win from this to this? What if we maintain the run rate from this to this and then win? A lot of these discussions becomes interesting with every team that is going to look forward to their status in the tournament. When I say status, it's more to do with the group standing, nothing else.
I think in comes Sharing once again on the full square ribbon. Oh! The strikers, and here's an opportunity and squandered by the Bhutanese bowler. Wang Mo has enabled and effected two opportunities in her bowling. One let down by herself and once by her own fieldswoman. I think, Bhutan, they need to really stamp on every opportunity they get here.
This is just unbelievable. This is just unbelievable because you've taken so much of a hard work, and this is something I keep telling whenever I've seen this situation in Bhutan, not in this match alone, but even in the previous match. You've taken all the hard work, but you're giving it away from your own hands.
Exactly.
And this is the second scenario I've seen. First, an easy catch was dropped by Dicheng Wongmo, and then Shering Zhuangmo, who had the most easiest run out to be done. All that you had to do is just collect the ball and take the bails off, and you miss the ball, you miss the bus, you miss the train.
Excitement of the opportunity, isn't it? That sudden gust of adrenaline sometimes can work against you, and that's what happened with Shering as well.
And that is exactly train what not to do.
Practice makes perfect, and Shering would really love to have effected that run out.
Yeah, because you eventually feel bad of all the efforts that are going in vain. Come for two is the call. Will they go for the second? No, the throw is good. And the throw is in time. 10 overs has been given a bye-bye with 44 for 1 on the scoreboard. I'll go to the washroom and no. This one's in the air, but will be safe. The only thing is that will they go for the second one, and they easily will get it. It has been such an impressive stint of Shruti Ben and Fatima in the center on the 22 yards, running very fast, and probably that drink break just gave them a little bit of good moment to come back with a fresh approach. And now then, what a lovely shot. This is where you create an opportunity for yourself, Yusuf.
Throw going to the wrong end on the previous delivery, and Kamlesh Bhai had the opportunity to take strike, and this is what staying in the wicket can do. You now start seeing the ball with more precision. You have more conviction in your stroke play. Your body comes through a bit better, and you can see that in the feet movement of Kamlesh Bhai, quick to adjust the length and make sure that he rocks onto that back foot and keeps that weight transfer in front and slaps it behind square.
Another one, much fuller this time. A half-hearted appeal though.
Clear inside edge, and umpire Nur Hajra had no issues. Nur Hijra, I beg your pardon, from Malaysia, the host nation for this mega event happening by the ACC.
Spinners have been very effective, but unless and until you are going to grab those opportunities, it won't be really shaping up the way you want. Especially talking about the two opportunities that went down, one with the catch, other one with the run out. So what happens is that all the hard work goes in vain, but the time is still not lost. Bhutan still has long 10 overs to be bowled here. Probably they should look for stopping the batters somewhere down the line, create those speed breakers for them. On another end, if you talk about Shruti Ben and Fatima, you need something special to work against them, as they are just very comfortable because they've spent so much time. Probably by now they're looking at the leather ball like a football. 11 gone, 54 for 1. And I think this is bound to happen because there's so much of a heat in the center that you'll feel dehydrated. And especially when you're continuously running singles, doubles. But Yusuf, you were there at the toss. By now, I think the half stage of the game is over. What do you think? I mean, when you were talking to the captains, do you think that both of them are working towards their game plans?
I think the toss for both captains was trying to maximize the earlier overcast conditions. Both of them had very strong convictions in terms of wanting to bowl first. But the one thing Qatar have done really well is that they've stuck to what they wanted to do. They wanted to go at runner ball. They expected to score 120, and I think both Muqaddam and Kamlesh Bhai have done an incredible job. Now, the sun has been unforgiving, and the Qatari batters both really feeling it all, and it'll be interesting what the umpires have to say on this matter. You can see umpire Hajra making sure, umpire Hijra, I beg your pardon, making sure that the conversations are very afloat between the match officials as to what they have thought about this.
And I'm sure, I mean, just after the drink break, I don't think so they will be allowed to take more breaks. But it all now depends on what umpires have the first go at it. But the good part, 11 overs gone, 54 for 1. Shering Zangmo comes back to the attack. Swing and a miss. Straight in the hands of the wicketkeeper. Had to do a lot with the pace getting off. And wicketkeeper Wawang Chowden does not miss many behind the stumps.
The bowling has been Bhutan's strong part. Zangmo especially this time. Missed opportunity.
The first one, she was so hurried to take out the bails, missed it for the first time, and the second time it did knock off the bails that there. This is what I'm saying, the smallest of the tiniest of the windows, have been left out uncleared. This is, I think, the third chance you still had that to break this partnership.
Comes Wangmo, drops it short, but Mukadam not able to find the energy to cut it through that gap. I think the bowling has, as throughout the tournament, has been very good today as well. It's just that their fielding hasn't backed it up. All three opportunities, if you look at it, had wickets written all over. In comes Zangmo once again. Flight dances down the wicket and tries to connect, but still get through for a single.
Absolutely. Singles have been a regular affair at this moment with these two batters. They've done it so well. It's not at all easy to run so much in this weather conditions. But that's what you're prepared for. All the net practices, all the hard work that you put in is for the matches like this. And there is a chance, but unfortunately the throw is very wide. And they still go for that run. And they still, oh God, what's happening out here now? It's just like distributing freebies.
Bhutan need to get their act together because there was two opportunities squandered in a matter of seconds. Chance at the strikers and non-strikers end, and in the process they've let go of 2 runs and 2 opportunities. And if a run margin comes back to bite them towards the end of the game, they'll only have themselves to blame, Bhutan.
Absolutely. This should not happen. First, a chance of a run out that goes out into an overthrow, and then it turns out that the run is completed because of that overthrow. So where you were restricting the batters not to get even a single, eventually you yourself end up giving them a single. End of 12 overs, 58 for 1.
Well, this is going to be a point of contention now. The Qatari batters have requested for a change in batters. Fatima Mukadam
Well, it is retired hurt, and that's the reason the batter just leaves the ground, because from a long time it was probably struggling.
Well, this is an interesting strategy by Qatar. I understand the situation with the sun being quite intolerable here, but will this be that window of opportunity for Bhutan? Because it's effectively getting a wicket regardless of how it comes. Yeah, obviously Fatima can come back towards the end of the innings, but it is not the same as being a set batter. Zangmo to continue. It's not Zangmo. I think there's a change in bowling. Riya Pradhan into the attack.
Again, a wicket-taking bowler at the crease. She's made that difference time and again for Bhutan, and a fantastic talent to be looked forward. Two deliveries. Look at that intent again. Whenever she's come out to bowl, very rarely I've seen that she's come out with some loose deliveries. She always gets a plan, backs herself, and comes out brighter every time she comes out to bowl. A wicket-taking bowler. So watch out for Riya Pradhan. Oh, how close can you get? How close can you get? It is just inches away from that timber to be completely destroyed.
captain, the new batsman for Qatar. Effectively 2 down, but Pradhan, I beg your pardon, Fatima can come back towards the end. Pradhan gives it plenty of airtime, dances down the wicket, and that was a long time coming, wasn't it? Kamlesh Bhai was looking incredibly good out there at the crease, but the fatigue was getting to her. The movements weren't as fluid, and the one occasion that she decides to come down the wicket, there was a lack of conviction in it, and the skipper just had one job to do, and she did it quite well. Pradhan effecting a breakthrough for Qatar, for Bhutan, I beg your pardon.
Absolutely. From a long time, this could be a good sigh of relief for Gwawang Chodin and Riya Pradhan as well. 3 opportunities that were lost, and 2 of them with runouts, 1 with the catch. But finally, Shruti Ben Kamlesh Bhai has been stumped by Gwawang Chodin. And this is where the game can turn, rightly said there by Yusuf. But you have to still see now both these fairly new batters, what are they going to add up? Out of which one is the captain herself, Aisha, is walked out in the centre.
2 new batters, and all because of that momentum shift of Fatima's retiring her this time. Gets onto the back foot and cuts it with conviction. Bhutan brought in that fielder just to have an attacking option, and the batter had no hesitation. Jaza Mariam went and threw the kitchen sink at it. 4 runs to the Qatari score. End of the 13th, 62 for 3.
And now Zangmo comes back to the attack, sharing. Probably, I think, 1 more over to be given to her to bring in more breakthrough from here on. And this time, past the fielder there, and it will go for a boundary. Probably this is the plan now with Qatar batters. Just go on every ball it comes your way and make sure that you clear it fine.
Aisha coming out there and proving she's no spring chicken to the context. Gets onto that loose ball and punishes it with utter disdain. And Bhutan, just as they were catching a break, now have a few more things to think about. Anju Gurung will have to put her thinking hat on.
Well, no doubts about that. Because if the boundaries start flowing like this, the score can go to 130, 135. That's clever bowling. She saw the movement by Aisha early. Because even when the ball was getting bowled, Aisha tend to go more towards that off stump and wider to that off stump. And that is where Zangmo followed her. Once again a single. Also, Yusuf, just wanted to check this. Is it the right time to get spacers back?
I mean, with the new batters on, you'd want to try and rattle them a bit instead of giving them that comfort zone of allowing them to settle in. And there's not much of spin that's been extracted on the surface as well. I would likely be on board with you, Deepesh, because these are 2 new batters, and giving them enough time to get better on ball is playing in their favour than having a fast bowler who can rattle them.
Absolutely. Because I think Anju will go back to Riya once more, as she's got a wicket for her, and she is a wicket-taking bowler. So there is one thing that is expected, that Riya might come back in the second over. At this moment, it's Zangmo. Another good delivery. And this is the last over of her spell. She completes with a phenomenal, economical over. 4 overs, 17. runs that she has conceded. So it's very economical to the standards of T20 cricket, where the bowling figures sometimes goes for a toss. And yes, Riya Pradhan is back, and that was expected, Yusuf.
Getting that wicket previously of Shruti Kamlesh Bhai. No surprises there. Pradhan to continue from the highway end. Aisha, very good hand-eye coordination. Chance of a wicket at the non-strikers end. Umpire's decision will be interesting, and umpire Ruqayya Sultana says Jaza is quite confidently back in the crease. Cricket, for a large extent, is categorized as a anaerobic sport. You have the aerobic sports where there's constant movement, swimming, football, rugby, because there's constant movement. But cricket in general is recognized as a sport because after every ball there is a break. And there is a common misconception that the fitness demands are not rigorous for cricket. But I'd like you to take that topic further.
What a point that you mentioned out here. I feel in the modern day cricket and the way we've seen T20 cricket getting more faster and faster, I think the best thing that has worked for any player is to stay agile. The more and more you are agile on the field, you are quick to responses and you are quick to respond.
I think fitness has become a huge talking point in the game, and I think in terms of fitness being such a high ceiling, in comes Pradhan once again. Full hit with conviction, hit hard, hit down the ground, and Aisha, the skipper, leading the attack from the front for the Qataris.
Captain is having her moment at the moment. Lovely shot there, straight down the ground, and that will be some ringing bells at this moment for Bhutan, because if the wicket does not go and the boundaries keep on flowing like this, be ready for a long chase.
Utter disdain by Aisha, regardless of whether it was the wicket-taking bowler. She went for the loose ball. This time, misjudges the length. Coming back to what we were speaking about, in terms of fitness being such a high ceiling in modern cricket, you have to give a lot of credit to Virat Kohli, who's put that body of his 10 years younger than his age.
And this one again onto the leg side. Deep square leg comes into the run and will be tackled with only a single to be given. 15 overs gone and it's 74 for 3. Little cold.
Would have been nice, huh?
The story of 15 overs and it stays 74 for 3. Last 5 overs, Yusuf, is there an interesting script that these two batters will get to the table?
First up, I'll give you 10 points for calling that the fast bowler will be affected from the very next over, Deepesh. But yes, I think Bhutan have a bit of thinking to do. They need wickets here. And that will not get them wickets. One more run to the Qatari total. Umpire Ruqayya Sultana having her arms outstretched. Clear wide. Richie Jordan. Change of ends for her from the initial spell. This time a straighter delivery. Rattles Aisha a bit.
Oh, it's on the body length and change of pace as well. Just trying to move her out from that awkward bounce that she faces. Should be yet another single, and this is truly commendable, Yusuf. Whatever has happened, boundaries are now started to come in, but the one thing that they haven't really gone back to is the singles. Look at that, once again stealing the single from Bhutan here. What? Everyone was focusing on that appeal, but it was Aisha who was covering the danger end first, And of course, then the throw came very late at the non-striker's end.
Singles is like an itch, Deepesh. The first time you itch, it doesn't hurt, but few rounds in, suddenly there's a wound, and that's what Bhutan have to deal with now.
I rightly said that they're most invincibles. You never know how much difference will it make later. Look at that. Now here I think Dicheng Wangmo is standing very closer to the crease. She's the one who needs to go and charge on the ball and try to stop that single that is coming in. And it's basics where in cricket we say that while you're fielding and while the bowler is bowling the ball, you always need to take that start. Dicheng Wangmo can stop those singles there. Chance again, throw at the right end, and she's gone. This is what was happening from a long time. Jaza Mariam not at all happy with the captain, looking at her and probably saying in the mind that why captain, why?
But Aisha's call went for the single, and from a Bhutani perspective, that's what happens when you put the right fielder in the right places. Dicheng Wangmo is put in as the closest close-up fielder, but she's not the most dynamic fielder out there, and they'd like to have somebody who's reputed for their fielding up front, that gives peace of mind, number one, to Dicheng, and also creates more opportunity for Bhutan to try and effect a wicket.
This is where I appreciate the match awareness and the match presence. These are two important aspects when you're playing and when you're there inside the ground. Your presence in this match has to do with every small things that are happening in and around you. She knew that Aisha is a fast runner, so she'll anyways get to her crease. But the one that was struggling to reach to the non-strikers end, it was Jaza Mariam. And finally, that run out came in. Wicket goes down. Nice. And it's Richie to bowl the last ball of this over. She still has one more over after that. Probably Anju has one more over to be bowled. Oh, lovely. Extra bit of pace, firing up to bring in the dot ball in the last one that she bowled in this over. 16 gone. It's 79 for 4.
Riya Pradhan to continue. Anju Gurung willing to trust her strike bowler yet again. The Qatari captain took her apart in the previous over. For all the discussion around Aisha's years in the game and age becoming a topic, she's incredibly quick between the wickets, scanters through whenever there's an opportunity for a single. Taken on the full, is there to be hit.
Riya Pradhan, and I'm sure the captain will give her 4 overs to complete her spell. Probably after this there is one more over remaining. Always proven to be the most economical of the lot. Chance there, chance if the throw comes fast.
And, Anju Gurung needs to make sure that there is Dicheng Wangmo needs to be put in a place where there's not too much attention on her in terms of the fielding.
Yeah, probably she doesn't want to tire Dicheng because she's one of the finest batters.
Exactly.
Who's going to come in the second innings and try to add more fuel to the fire. She's a run machine. I mean, she just loves to score runs.
Pradhan.
Dicheng Wangmo. Yes, Riya has done a fantastic job till now. Just 12 runs that she's conceded, 1 wicket that she's taken.
Sargam Patel, the new batter for Qatar. Pradhan will continue. Takes it on the full, but doesn't connect as much as he would have liked to. They'll get through for a single. Qatar doing what they have done so far very well, making sure that the active batter gets off strike and adds one to the total. Patel will get off the mark.
Sargam Patel, the new batter with Aisha. Oh, what a lovely effort that is from Dicheng Wangmo.
She heard me. She heard me, Dipesh. It was all that talk about not keeping her in there. She's grabbed the stunner.
Well, you might have seen many of those chances going down from her, but this time she grabs it. A pair of safe hands that matters here, because Aisha was looking very dangerous. 12 balls that she faced and 14 runs she made. And I think most of it was the boundaries that she got those 14 runs. But Shriya Pradhan striking the chords right for her team. And I think you got to give the credit even to Dichen Wongmo, who took that catch. Not an easy one. Fast reflexes. And that's wicket number 5 with one more ball to go in this over.
I think in terms of captaincy and strategy, Anju Gurung has done an incredible job. She hasn't put too much of a foot wrong, but it's just that the Qatari running between the wickets has been a real point of difference. Hit and hit behind square. Chance of a run out at the keeper's end, and this will be curtains for Shahreen Nawab. She's frustrated with her partner.
What is happening out there in the centre? No communication, no calling. And it's just a casualty at this moment.
But I think Shahreen Nawab will only have herself to blame. It was clearly the call of the non-striker. Sargam Patel was never really into it. But that jump start she got proving to be too much of a call that Shahreen Nawab couldn't refuse. Krisheta Saravana Kumar, new batter for Qatar.
So what Krisheta has to offer now, because it's a very sensitive situation of the game. You're 81 for 6 and you just have 3 overs to be bowled at. Shahreen Nawab Khan was just in a hurry. But now it is Krisheta who has just come out in the centre. Now then, Sonam, the pace ace, comes out to bowl. Starts off with the dot ball.
It was 4 quick wickets. The wheels have come off the Qatari bandwagon a bit. They were looking well on course to effect a score well in excess of 100. But looks a bit of a bumpy ride now. Sonam to continue.
That's nicely hit from the meat of the bat. 2 is the call, and they do not want one more casualty. Could have been suicidal.
Patel was guilty of ball watching on that occasion. Krisheta clearly interested, and that was her call to come back for the second. But all is well and good that ends well. Qatar will really need a quick and blistering finish here, and a lot will rely on Patel and Krisheta at this point.
That will be straight going to the deep backward point. Another single that should be comfortably in. Sonam is looking to add up more and more pace after every ball that we've seen here. And it's the perfect time for this pacers to come in. You still have Anju with 1 over. And I think a left armer can make an impact over here. Especially now with the dew factor that has been reduced. Anju is the perfect one to bowl on these surfaces.
Both the surface and the nature of the Bhutani bowling is very skiddy, and when you hit the right lines and lengths, it doesn't really give the batter too much of a chance to maximize a scoring opportunity, and Qatar have been caught wanting of that on quite a few occasions. Patel needs to get going. Just 14 balls left in the innings. In comes Sonam. This time quick but played well and played behind fine leg. Very smart batting using the pace. Krisheta very happy to ensure that the runs kept coming. The active conversation between both batters.
That is what is required. Conversations, coordinations for avoiding any more situations which you don't want to be in right now. All you want to focus is just this ball of last ball of this over and the next 2 overs after that. 87 runs already. Even if you get above 100, you still want to make a note of it to convert those 2 digits into 3. And only when free-flowing boundaries and sixes come in, you will be able to do that. Another dot ball here. Sonam ends off this over with a dot ball. 18 overs have been bowled and it's 87 for 6.
Both these batters have proven that they can wield the long ball, and the next 12 balls will be very crucial in the context of the game, because I have a feeling and an inkling, Dipesh, that Bhutan, they will not go down easily.
Yusuf, something that I put my co-commentators into this, and you are no exception. What is the number that you're looking after 20 overs from Qatar?
I'm going to go 97 for 7.
Wow, he's so precise on that. 97 for 7. I think you need to give some applause in the comment section for this accurate, that the bravery with which Yusuf is saying that 97 for 7. Let's see what happens by the end of the 20 overs. But applause for the guts that you have, and onto the pads, but no appeal. Just a single here. This is the right time for Anju to come in, pick up a wicket here and there. She has bowled really well, taken all the efforts. 3 overs, 15 runs. Again, the bowlers have been very... the bowling figures of Anju Gurung is 3 overs and it's just 11 runs, 3.1 and it's just 11. She's got a wicket, but she needs couple of here as well, just to put that pressure back onto Qatar. Straight to Dicheng.
Sonam has switched ends with Anju Gurung, I beg your pardon, has switched ends with Sonam. Both of them bowled from opposite ends earlier. Wonder why the decision was made. Whether it was thoughtful or a matter of coincidence is up in the air.
Much fuller again. Wider to that off stump. She's enjoying her spell at this moment. And that is what you want to do. Just enjoy yourself, express yourself, and give the results to the team. And when you're captain, you're setting the high standards by bowling spells like this. It's the last over of her spell, but look at the accuracy. After fielding for almost 19 overs, you're back at the bowling end and you're still giving results for your team.
Gurung had no hesitation at all in admitting that the bowling has been the core of their skills. And it's come to the fore. They've never really bowled pretty badly. It's just that Qatar have been very smart in how they've optimized their run scoring.
I think Anju has used her bowling resources pretty well. Even for that matter, quick overs that have been bowled. So the over rate ratio is also been nicely taken care of. And that is where you say that, when you have, as a captain, when you can do resource management and time management, that gives better results to a captain.
Gurung to continue. This time, dances down the wicket. Saravana Kumar will try to get through for a single, quick running between the wickets and comfortably on to 89 for 6. Gurung has been really good in this over. End of the 19th, 90 for 6.
Well, now, an interesting over that will unfold. If you have to go by my co-commentator Yusuf, he said 1 wicket and 7 more runs to be coming in this over, because he said 97 for 7. That should be the final total. But it's, the 6 deliveries that are coming right now from Sonam will be deciding if Yusuf is going to smile by the end of the day, saying that I'm a good predictor.
I'm counting on a 1 boundary from Qatar here, because both Saravana Kumar and Patel have shown that they can get those runs. In comes Sonam once again on the full, very quick dot ball.
At this point in time, I think last over, every ball is important. You got to go for every run that is possible. You cannot afford to have dot balls, and you do not want to have them. You want to instead get boundaries, sixes, singles, doubles, whatever you can grab at this moment. It's just the last over where the innings are going to finish. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. And Yusuf is worried, will they get 7 runs in the next 4?
I am actually. It was
and the wicket as well.
It was Patel who got that boundary in the over. Unfortunately, she's not on strike, so I have an excuse.
No reasons will work, Yusuf. No reasons will work. You're either right or you're either wrong.
In comes Sonam.
You can say in a way it's a commentator's test. This one's in the air. Didn't even attempt. 2 runs easily. And overthrow. And more. Oh God.
You can see a slightly wider smile on my face, Deepesh.
Just to get your prediction right, you cannot really ignore what is happening, because this is what I think some of the areas where Qatar has been very unattentive, because again you had the same thing, that there was a catch, fair enough, it was far away, it was a difficult one, but then the overthrows at this point in time is just opening the run gates more for Qatar. Good one.
They'll come back.
2 is the call. And probably 3 is in the store. 3 easy runs. 3 easy runs will bring the score to 95 now. Wow. Yusuf, you are so close to your prediction.
1, 2 and a single, 1, 2 and a wicket would bring it to exactly 95 for 7. But Qatar would want more. They want to get past that 100 mark, and both these batters very capable of doing that. In comes Sonam.
Absolutely. I think there's an effort that has gone from almost every batter. That's going to be a wide ball, brings up to 96. So they would look for 100 here.
One hit away. And both very capable. Sarana Kumar, very good hand-eye coordination, and Patel is a batter who has a smarts about her. We'll use the pace. We'll let the ball do its thing.
After so much hard work, you want to see that scoreboard in 3 digits. And that is what the effort of Krishita and Sargam will be apt. This one's in the air. And how long it has travelled, couple of runs more. And that's good fielding, good throw as well. Ditching and Richie chasing that one, getting hold the better of them. Couple of runs here, and now the last ball. Will they be able to get to a mark of 100? Will they convert these 2 figures into 3? It's a wait and watch. Last ball. Here we go. Excitement on the sleeves with the last ball. Edge that flies very hard. First runs have been taken. They're going for the second one, but I think they will be losing a wicket here. 99 is where they finish, and 7 wickets that they get. So you are right on one parameter, that is the wicket parameter, Yusuf. But they finish marvelously on 99, and it will be 100 for Bhutan to win this one. Your thoughts?
There was 9 runs in the last 2 without a boundary scored. Very smart batting. They've run really hard, Qatar, and very deserving of the total that they put on the scorecard. Now, you were speaking about that mental milestone, the 100. What the good thing for them is that they now officially have 100 that Bhutan have to chase down.
Absolutely. Bhutan won the toss, decided to field, and then it's exactly 1-0-0 on the scoreboard that you have to get. Will that happen? Or will it be another twist in the tail? Winning from here on, every team wants, but eventually it's the 20 overs that are going to come in the second innings which will be deciding the fate, who is going to win. Meanwhile, it's me, Dipesh and Yusuf will take a bit of a break and we'll be back to take you through the second innings of the game. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome to the second innings, and it will get exciting as the first one. I'm assuring you that 100 runs to get. And will Bhutan give a lot of runs in power play? At this point in time, Qatar will have to kind of defend it, pick early wickets, get those breakthroughs, and then put the opposition into the trouble. That will be the ideal strategy. But looking at the batting lineup of Bhutan, they will be looking at getting the highest number in the power play. Who wins this battle of power play? It's wait and watch, with first ball coming in. Starts off with the dot ball. Gertrude comes on the ball. And a throw directly, which was missed by the keeper. But a good looking start here. The left hand, right hand batting combination for Bhutan as always. And gives me no surprise when the non-striker batter is ditching Wangmo. First ball that she wants to go over the top, and that will be a boundary. What a fabulous shot that is.
I am pleasantly entertained by how technically assured Ngawang Chodan looks. She's having incredibly lovely head position and transferred her weight confidently onto that back knee and let the ball go on its way. Maria Jacob will have to do her thinking.
No, it's fabulous to see the approach, and it all says one thing, that they are here to get the maximum runs in the power play itself. Look at that. Even if the ball is passing that straight to the keeper, that front foot is always there, and the intent to hit the ball is always there.
Ngawang Chodan, left hand batter.
Another one, nice connect and a good stop by Aisha.
See, if that was Qatar batting, Deepesh, that would have been a single. And you want to make those differences towards the end. Ngawang Chodan turned back by Deshan Wangmo on that occasion. Interesting guard by Chodan on 7th leg stump nearly, and then moving in.
Another one, that's a solid connect, and that will race away for a boundary. Fabulous shot there, Yusuf.
Who needs to run when you can play boundaries like that? Ngawang Chodan latched onto that fuller one pretty quickly and thrashed it like a treasure bullet.
Absolutely, because you've seen that coming right from the first ball when she seems to be in very aggressive mood today. That is what you want to see when you see a T20 cricket. You want to see boundaries, sixes, and that's what fans would be loving it. And all those who would be watching this game for Bhutan would be enjoying every moment of it. Wonderful delivery to end the over, and after the end of first over, it's 8 runs for no loss.
Both these teams playing for pride, and more so Bhutan's batting will have a point to prove, because their bowling has not let them down this tournament, and the intent from Wangmo and also Ngawang has been one that of wanting to prove a point. They'll want to do that, Bhutan. And Shahreen Nawab, spin from the other end.
Maria Jacob starts off with that 8 runs, and now it's Shahreen ditching Wangmo, and a good effort by Aisha again. This is the second time when she's saved 4 runs for her team. Captain leading from the front in the field, setting the bar high for others to join in and field like this. Aisha, the captain, this time on the leg side, and she is very good to time the ball, and a good fielding placed by Aisha there at the deep square leg region.
Shireen Nawab, she can't afford to bowl those lines and lengths because it will be a matter of time before both these batters start taking them apart. Especially Ngawang, she looks like she really wants to make a statement today. As the technical acumen of a very skilled batter. And Wang Mo, not much needs to be spoken of her prowess. She is a very imposing figure, and when she gets on with it, it's really hard to stop.
And this is what is going to happen every ball. Whenever the strike is getting rotated, you have a right hand left hand batter combination. Slower one and cleverly played, just opening the face of the bat, guiding the ball towards a deep third region, and the throw is not what you had expected. Couple of runs to Ngawang Chodin.
She has the explosiveness and the finesse as well. Very brave move to play that shot despite a gully being in place.
Generally, you've seen the opposite. You've seen Dicheng Wangmo going the aggressive route, but today it's Ngawang who is told Dichen to just be silent for some time and let her be violent for a long time. Another good looking shot, good connection, and that reaches for a boundary.
The Qatari captain will have a bit of thinking to do now because Ngawang wants to run away with it, and right now she is doing exactly that. 15 runs already, simplifies the equation much more now, just 85 needed for Bhutan, but Bhutan will also have in mind that a wicket here could really dent what they've got going. Shireen Nawab to continue. This time drops it short of the length, and Wang Mo will be disappointed with herself. That was there to be hit.
It's good running between the wickets though.
Adds 1 to the total. 16 now.
Putting Dicheng Wangmo to the speed test for sure. Ngawang Chodin.
After that bit of fielding earlier in the day, Wang Mo would not want us commenting on her speed now. Deepesh.
No, says Wangmo. Good call there, because the mid-off fielder is a little closer to the 22 yards, and that should be the end of 2 overs. 16 gone for no loss.
Gertrude Chandiri into the attack. Been watching. This is the first match of Bhutan that I'm covering, Deepesh, and I'm quite surprised, to be honest, that it's their batting that has let them down, because they looked incredibly skilled for the numbers that they've shown in terms of their batting through the tournament.
Well, absolutely. Many situations that they have been into, and the last moment there has been some things that have left, but they have actually worked very hard and taken the positives of whatever the losses have been. They've always been very positive, and you can see that with every day that they're playing, that a lot of positives you can take out from them. Shot, but there is an extra covers, deep extra covers place. In fact, it's a good fielding arrangement, because it's always very important for a captain to set the field right. And now when you have Dicheng on the strike, you will find a long off and a deep mid wicket that is going back, because yes, of course, outside the 30-yard circle you are allowed to have two players. So it's a deep mid wicket, and the long off that comes into the play. Again, Gertrude is very experienced. Again, some changes are happening. She's getting deep covers, I think, and she's getting the short mid wicket inside the 30-yard. So this is an interesting one now. She's giving an open challenge to Jicheng to hit it on the offside. Just places this one straight to the fielder, trying to read the ball. This is interesting field arrangements. What do you make of it?
I like the proactive captaincy from Aisha. She's adjusted fields and customized it as per the batter. And
well, if you're going to have a long off and deep covers, you might as not bowl the full toss ball for Dicheng to easily get a boundary towards the mid-wicket region.
Aisha being very vocal out there. Pitch it was what she was shouting. She wants her bowlers to bowl to the field because it's been very proactive captaincy in terms of setting those fields, and it's very hard. That doesn't go away. This time, Wangmo gets onto the back foot, rocks it in front of cover. Fielder will have a lot of work to do, and that will be too much for the fielder down there. Shruti not really going Qatar's way this innings so far. 25 now on the board.
Well, absolutely, Dicheng Wangmo, whenever she's come in, she's added numbers to the scoreboard. And that is what her speciality is. Loves to play that fearless cricket every time she's come out to play.
This time, either side of the Qatari skipper, Aisha gets to the ball on this occasion. Wangmo, now then, she is joining in on the act as well. Very hard batter stop when she gets going.
Well, Aisha has been very busy on the field today. Another good stop from her. This time straight to the covers, and this is why exactly that deep covers comes into the place. Just for those singles, or probably not giving anything beyond a single, should be the end of the over. 3 overs gone, and it's 26 for no loss.
Jaza Mariam, change in the bowling. Right arm medium pacer. Very young but talented. Just 16 years of age. Aisha throwing the ball to her. This is here again. I like the fact that Krishata Saravanakumar is standing up to the stumps. Puts Wangmo in a spot of bother. The Qataris will have to get the Bhutani batters thinking.
Oops! She's probably missing the run up, and that is where umpire is saying, note down the time, please. And that was almost there in the hands of Gertrude.
Gertrude Chandiri hasn't had the best of days today. Batting didn't fire. The bowling hasn't gotten to her yet, and the ball doesn't seem to stick to her when she's in the field. Very, very talented vice captain of Qatar.
Jaza Mariam must have had celebrations on the first ball that she was bowling, but the catch goes down. Swing and a miss.
This is good bowling, Deepesh. Bowling at that channel where the batsman has to force to play at it, and also being kept in check with the kind of skiddy action that she has.
I'm just happy that at the age of 16, if you can get so much confidence and bowl such a tight line, and how big of a future that you have.
Mariam drops it on a length. This is good bowling. She's bowling to her field, Deepesh. Aisha will be really happy for that. Qatari fielders are right behind their bowlers back, loud cheering, high spirits and energy.
This is turning out to be a good over. 3 balls that have been bowled and 3 of them without a run. Change of pace. Again, trying to hit that one into the gap. Gets a single here. Should be a comfortable single. No harm on that. And now it will be an interesting contest to watch, because the kind of line that Jaza is bowling, it will be interesting to see the approach of Ngawang Chowden.
Jordan has looked incredibly fluid so far. Her assessment of length and line has been crisp, and whenever she's connected the ball, she's connected it very meatily off the middle of the bat. Mariam to Jordan.
Lovely. And you can certainly see that release. A pacer sometimes giving a flight to that ball adds up new glitter to the skill that she hones.
You expect the ball to come quite whippily at you when it's a bowler running in from that long of a run up, and Jordan caught off guard on that occasion. This time much quicker. Fielder straight under it, drops it. Mariam twice in this over now. She's created something for her fielders. Should have been taken at this level. Sargam Patel, the mid-on fieldsman, did well to cover the line. End of the 4th, 27 for none. I thought it's I.
27 for no loss, and 2 close chances that was created in this Jaza's previous over. 2 catches that went down. Could have been a lot to challenge Bhutan with those wickets if they would have come in. $27 for no loss, and you still need 73 more. But will that road of 73 be easy? No. Qatar bowlers will try to attack in every possible way. Just get those wickets quick and early. Onto the leg side that she starts off with.
Aisha gauging Chandiru. Too costly a mistake, and change in the bowling now.
It's Roshni Sebastian. And this one is very easy pickings here. Very easy pickings. Long chase. The fielder will win, but just 2 runs off it.
Wangmo disappointed with herself on that occasion. There was there to be hit that delivery. Roshni Sebastian needs to get that line right. That shuffle of Wangmo from outside leg stump really putting her off her line.
She was looking for a big connection here, but didn't get too much wood on it.
Qatari bowlers slowly but surely pulling it back here. The game is far from over. 70 runs is a long way to go, and Wangmo and Jordan will be very aware of that. Roshni Sebastian needs to get through the overs quickly. Umpire Noor Hijra having a conversation with Roshni. Interesting to know what that could be.
30 for no loss, and there is still 1 more over of power play after this. But that last 2 overs and the bowling change that happened has changed quite a bit. It was Jaza Mariam who came in to bowl the 4th, and now You have Roshni Sebastian bowling the 5th. So these 2 overs have been literally a silent road for the Bhutan batters. Now interesting to see is when is that first breakthrough coming. Dicheng Wangmo already signaling to get some water. She must be feeling the heat here. And no doubt the conditions are very, very, very hot out there in the outfield.
Last 2 overs, the Bhutani batters haven't really found their mojo. They looked well set. I have really liked how Aisha's gone about business in these very first 4.5 overs. The fielding changes, the bowling changes. Really nice to see proactive captaincy.
Absolutely. Couple of deliveries to go in this over. Much fuller this time, again straight down to the mid-off region. A dot ball again to end this. Oh, it's one more ball remaining. And after that, it will be the end of the over. And there will be one more over of power play. But I think Jaza Mariam will come to ball that again. And this is sheer power. Power from Dichen Wangmo. But it's not going to be great running. She's already looking a little tired. 5 overs. And it's 33 for no loss.
Umpires not too happy of the hydration reinforcements that have come.
Interesting to see now. It is the last over of power play. So there is one chance for the batters to hit the ball left, right, center. But then Jaza has been really impressive. Just 1 run of that previous over. Couple of chances, unfortunately, were not utilized. The drop catches scenario went on. But can this turn out to be another challenge for the batters? And will we see some interesting happening in this over? Missed by everybody. The batter, the keeper, and it will go for a boundary.
Mariam has had the hard end of the stick so far. She's bowled some really good deliveries, and Krisheta Saravakumar would have liked to back her bowler up a bit more, because that was there for the taking. Jaza Mariam. With that counting as extras, she's only conceded 1 run so far. That too a wide. Now then, immediate in comes Mariam. Sarona Kumar has immediately gone 5 steps behind in order to try and secure the ball. Not the kind of move that Aisha would have liked her keeper to do, because the keeper being up front too, the medium pacer was keeping the batters in check. It was really influenced her decision making. Now comes Mariam once again. Wangmo charges down the ground, but that'll be yet another boundary. Bad fielding costing them yet more runs. Qatar don't have much to work with if they keep on going like this, and Mariam once again unfortunate.
Oh, it's a wonderful piece of batting there. She knew that there is a gap that is waiting for her to take a note of it, and gets a boundary. 41 for no loss. Here comes Mariam. Slower one into the zone. Completely yorked. A slower yorker. Couple of deliveries still remaining in this over, where now it will be very important for Dichen to get a couple of those good-looking shots. Oh, that's gone. Finally, when there were misfields happening and there were catches getting dropped, Jaza decided to take this on her own and get the bails off. It's a wonderful ball and the bails are on the ground.
Jordan trying one too much on that occasion. She was charging down the ground this time, created some room for herself. That was Wangmo, I beg your pardon, on that occasion. Was looking really good, and she's a prize batter for Bhutan and is a prize wicket for Qatar. Mariam finally yielding the fruits of her good work. And Aisha will be delighted that they've finally got that breakthrough. Now then, we have a game on our hands, don't we, Deepesh?
Well, looking at the run rate, I think the only way Qatar can get back into this game is picking up wickets time and again. That is what you need to do at this point in time. Mariam still has one more ball to be bowled, and she has been absolutely magnificent. Right up in the first over, she created 2 opportunities, and then in the second over of her spell, she created an opportunity where she said that let me grab this one, and bowled a perfect delivery that took off the off stump when Wangmo was trying to cut that off squarer to the wicket. Here we go, last ball. Will she get one more? Onto the pads. And the umpire says no, but an interesting delivery to end the over. It's the end of the power play with 41 for 1 on the scoreboard.
Quite amusing what a wicket can do. We saw that in the first innings when Fatima Muqaddam retired hurt. 1 became 2, became 3. And Bhutan will have to be very wary that doesn't become a growing trend. Well, Khadija Imtiaz into the bowling attack. Didn't expect that change, especially after that solid over earlier by Roshni Sebastian. This has to be tactical. Very vocal, the Qatari fielders, wanting to effect something here, get the Bhutanese batters thinking. Drops it on a fuller length this time, Imtiaz.
Change in the bowling. Khadija Ahmed has come out to bowl. And that's a full toss ball. It will pass the fielder there with only a single. See, in both of the innings, I think running between the wickets has been the key. Here, not much of an aggressive running that I've seen from Bhutan. But every time you put up a single double, it will still take you towards a good looking total. The good thing that have happened for them is that they have utilized the power play very well, thanks to the partnership of Gwawang, Choran and Dichen, Wangmo. Full toss ball, not a great delivery, but it will still get one. Gertrude gets to the ball and only a single here. 100 runs the target. Slowly and steadily moving up to the ladder is Bhutan.
Khadija Ahmed brought into effect a wicket. Very attacking field by the Qatari skipper.
Lovely by Mawang Chowden. Even if that was a defensive shot, look at the wonderful stance, and that should be a good effort on the boundary, surely saving 2 runs. And now running is going to be fast because on the other end you have Richie, who is a fast runner between the wickets. So even if you are not getting those continuous boundaries to your name, you still have singles and doubles that you can always count on.
Shot.
Out. You said shot, I said out, because it was a perfect position in which she was standing. As soon as the ball was hit in the air, the eyes were continuously on the ball and makes a difference here.
Well, we asked the question why Imtiaz was brought into the attack ahead of Roshni Sebastian, who bowled a good over previously, and there you have your answer.
I think it was Maria Jacob. Maria Jacob there.
Incredible piece of fielding, plucked it out of thin air because that ball was travelling. And Jordan trying to do exactly what she had done the previous ball. And fielding becoming a point of difference now in this game.
One dangerous batter goes, the other comes out.
We just spoke about
Shering Zhangmo.
We just spoke about that danger, didn't we? One becoming two, and both the dangerous batters now back in the hut. And the one who started it all back into the attack.
It is Richie on strike now. And it's Mariam back to the attack. On to the leg side.
Interesting. Umpire Rukaya saying that's not a wide. And Richie Jordan understandably baffled.
You have Jaza Mariam over here. And in Hong Kong, China, you have Mariam Bibi. Mariam Bibi took out the match again through her bowling skills only on 3rd of June against Bhutan. And here you have Jaza Mariam, who's done so well against Bhutan. Got a wicket, just 5 runs and into the 3rd over already.
Then I think Deepesh, we know what to do if we want to strangle a Bhutanese batting lineup.
I think they've got a decent amount of score. It's just how they now stick to the plan. Another slower one. Just love the way she comes, the jump at the non-striker and before releasing the ball. And sometimes it does appear to me that she's not releasing the ball but tossing up the ball.
It gives it a lot of air time. And she's kept things very simple. Wicket to wicket bowling. The batsman has been forced to play at it. And she's created those opportunities. And look at those 2 quick wickets falling back to back.
Shot of the length. And that's going to be smashed away for yet another boundary. Runs are coming. And Bhutan is just making sure that even if those dot balls come in, wickets come in, but important more than that is the runs flow. That should not stop.
Quick to latch on to it on that occasion, Richie Jordan. Jaza Mariam faltering just a bit and paid the price for it. Very skillful batting by the Bhutanese top order batter.
I think further they need more experience. I think the experience will bring them to face such situation much better. It's not that they haven't done great, but from here on it's always the learning road that is open for you, all of us.
Well, bit of a mishap in communication, but nothing yielding because the field is equally confused as to who's going to collect the ball. Richie Jordan, she'll not want to leave things to the rest of the batting order. Mariam, on the other hand, will want to effect yet another wicket. She's been given a 3rd over as a measure of reward for her returns earlier in those 2 overs, and Aisha would be expecting the same here. Final ball. Drops it on a length, and Jordan willing to respect the good delivery. End of the 8th over, 49 for 2.
Now it's just 51 runs needed. There's our cameraman. After all that hard work that he's doing, you get the best of the moments that are captured in the camera. 8 overs, 49 for 2, 100 runs, 1-0-0. And again, the bowling change.
Peter painting beautiful pictures for us to take home as memories. And well, the Qatari picture isn't looking too beautiful now.
Look at the big appeal there.
Collective conviction in that appeal.
So what do you take out of that appeal?
Was it desperate or was it actually all of them feeling convinced? We'll have to only ask from umpire Noor Hijra.
Another one much fuller and just a dot ball. I think Zangmo is one player who might take time initially, but once you see the attacking side of her, then she is unstoppable.
I'm quite baffled as to why Kharija Ahmed has been yet again taken out of the attack, especially after effecting that wicket previously. Roshni Sebastian brought back in, and if anything, it only tells of tactical decisions.
I think it can be more to do with Roshni Sebastian striking here for the captain.
I think that answers the question, Deepesh.
You ask questions, the answers are already ready with Roshni. Celebrations are on, celebrations will continue.
One children goes, another comes.
Sonam this time.
Qatar will now really be feeling it. They have an opportunity because the net run rate has taken a deafening hit after their previous game. If they win here, they take home the pride of being third in the group.
$50 up for Bhutan. And now it's just going to be a wait and watch what is going to happen next. 50 that they have got, more 50 to get. That's well done. That's very well done.
The key to Bhutan here, I think, Deepesh, is to not panic. Things are still under control. It's a matter of getting those ones and twos, and you'll get there.
Big appeal once again, but there is a lot of noise of that bat also getting involved. And 9 overs gone, and it's 50 for 3.
Bhutan. One thing Qatar kept doing, regardless of wickets falling around, was to get those singles and twos and didn't allow too many dot balls to come in. And Bhutan suddenly have played a few dot balls, and their run rate has dropped below 6, which was in the 7s and the 8s for large parts of this innings.
True. Roshni creating some thrilling moments there with the previous over that she's bowled. Got a wicket as well. And now you're done with 50. You're done the half. And it's time to look at the another 50. But meanwhile, the bowlers have really been stepping up to the occasion. And that was again a good effort from Aisha.
Maria Jacob brought back into the attack. Change of ends for her. Smart by Aisha. Didn't work out too well for her on the other end. So decided to give her another go because she has to manage her resources. And so far she's been doing a good job of it, Aisha.
Ah, that's well bowled.
Extra bounce kind of, I feel.
Sonam and Shering, they got to now sail smooth because Qatar will create a moment for both the batters to make a mistake, but that's going to be a no ball and a free hit as well.
Interesting to see what the no ball is called for. Looks like a front foot no ball from what the umpires have gauged. Well, this could be a defining moment. Sonam Chodan yet to get off the mark, and you give her that license to go. Nothing yielding much as Gertrude cuts it off. Now then, the dot balls have started creeping in. Run rate has gone below the 5.5 mark.
This is a good chance for Qatar to bounce back, and they're doing every bit of it because wickets that have gone down, that's the only way you can keep the batsman silent inside the crease, and they do not want to give anything easy. Maria Jacob there after that fabulous catch is back in the bowling attack.
Very good over so far. Just 3 runs of it, including the no ball. And Jordan hasn't really been able to get off the mark yet. Hit and hit hard in between the covers. The fielder will have a bit of work to do. And Khadija Imtiaz will send the ball back. End of the 10th over. Will break for drinks. get the scoring on board.
Well, what changes after drinks is something that we'll have to see. On one side, Bhutan is looking strong, but a little shaky from the last 2 overs, where some good spells have been accumulated to put them on the back foot. And this time, KTJ starts with an interesting one.
Real excitement in the Qatari unit. They're very loud. Every bit of something happening with the ball, and they're really up and running. In comes Imtiaz, taken on the full. That's not something that you want to be doing. Thankfully, wasn't punished. They need to keep the pressure on here.
Well, full toss balls, they will be right now not advised. She's bowling so well. In fact, the first ball, the way she started, she needs to continue with the same line and length. What is the plan with Sonam and Zangmo? Oh, this is a good one. But will that outfield take the ball to the boundary? No, it's a good stop. And this is the effort that you want to see. Motivates the bowler from a long way to do more and more well.
Sargam Patel on that occasion, doing the hard yards, had to run nearly 40-50 meters to collect the ball. KTJ needs to keep it more accurate. This time drops it short again. Can't afford to do that.
Oh, it's again, suddenly that aggressive nature of batting is not to be seen from quite some time. All credit to the way bowling has been dominating at this moment. Look at that. Once again, short third comes into the play and an immediate throw.
Got to put your hat down to Aisha's field placements and strategy here. She's got it on point most of the time, and she's bowlers have backed her up mostly, bar a few occasions, and that's why Qatar are still in contention despite some aggressive batting. Beautiful delivery on that occasion.
And that also ends the over. 11 gone, and it's 57 for 3.
Lovely scenes here at the KTJ Oval here in Qatar. The ACC Women's Premier Cup happening across 4 venues here in Malaysia, and it has been a picturesque affair so far. We've had some very good cricket played to the highest standards, and also held to the highest standards. A level playing field for all the teams attending, and change in the bowling for Qatar.
11 gone, 57 for 3. It's an interesting one to see now. Spinners is something that Aisha is depending right now on. Look at the flight, and almost there in the hands.
Interesting fact, Deepesh. Krishada Saranakumar had the gloves on all this time and is now bowling her leggies.
And given the responsibility to Shruti Ben Rana. This once again in the air, catch it is the call, and she drops it.
You can see why Krisheta was brought into the attack.
You cannot miss chances like this, especially Yusuf, when you have a low scoring and you are defending that. Every opportunity is something for you to grab out.
Look at the amount of airtime she's giving the ball. See, that can come back to bite you this time. Thankfully, Jaza Mariam placed exactly for that kind of a shot. Qatar, they need to take their chances here.
It's almost when you are playing that shot, Sonam was at a pause after some point of time because she was waiting for the ball to come in.
Comes Krisheta Saravana Kumar. This time much flatter. Still takes a lot more time. Sargam Patel cuts it off. One more run to the total. Now things getting a bit tricky. 51 deliveries, 40 to get. Qatar need wickets. Sarana Kumar could really use a first slip, can't she, Deepesh?
Absolutely. It's a wicket that is being updated right now. They are doing everything possible, and a sweep shot comes to in action. End of 20 overs, 61 for 3.
Roshni Sebastian back into the attack for Qatar. Got a wicket in the last over. All eyes on the Bhutani batters. That is not something the Qatari captain would be happy about. You can't let the ball so easily off the leash, and Bhutan now the target required into the 30s.
Well, yes, it's 12 overs gone. Roshni Sebastian, what she can offer at this moment, because if you are not going to take wickets, then it is going to be a difficult one. Big uphill.
You can feel the spring in the step in the Qatari outfit. Every opportunity they are going for it. But
pretty relaxed, Yusuf. The body language of Zangmo and Sonam. They know that all these close chances are going to come, but eventually you have to get runs, and you already have 64 runs on the board. Unless a couple of wickets that will go from here, only then it will be that pressure moment for Bhutan.
once again throwing the kitchen sink at it, Jordan. They'll get through for a single. Fatima Mukaddam, the fielder, cutting that off. Slip in place. Should have come an over earlier, but she's finally got in there, the skipper. Sharing Zangmo. She's been there for quite some time now. This is smart batting. They know they can accumulate runs. There was a chance of a run out at the striker's end, but Jaza Mariam opting against throwing the ball. There was backup, but Qatar happy to let Bhutan take the single.
Yes, and now just to see that what is there from Roshni. Was there some bat on it? Is the only question that Roshni will be thinking. Wonderful skill set here by the girls. 2 more deliveries to go in this over.
Have to keep an eye on the over rate as well. A lot of breaks in between. 75 minutes is the allocated time for a women's T20 game. 90 minutes for the men's game. And this time full toss opportunity, but half a chance as the ball falls in no man's land. They will not come back for the second. Kamlesh Bhai will connect it behind the stumps as we conclude the 13th, 66 for 3 Bhutan. Krisheta Saranakumar looked really threatening in the last over. Very, very curious to see what happens now, Dipesh.
Well, totally, I think it's still anybody's game from here on. Surely the bowlers are showing the best of what they've got, and this time she finds a gap. This will release the pressure for a little time now. For a long time they were searching for this boundary, and finally they get it.
It's the Bhutani batting that has let them down this far in the tournament, but today there is a certain twinkle in their eye. Look, more composed, more convinced of their stroke play. In comes Saranakumar.
This is some good contest between the two. On one end, you have Sonam going for the sweep shot, waiting for the ball to come into the radar of the swing of the bat. And on the other hand, Krisheta is just increasing the intensity of the flight that she's giving to the ball, is all I can say at this moment. Good contest between the two. Another one, class hit into the gap, but it should be another two. Good connection, and slowly and steadily taking the score to 73 now.
Because that's going to be the name of the game, otherwise they go home without troubling the points table. And Saranakumar, if anybody has looked the most threatening so far in the little that she has bowled, she'll want to effect something. 3 balls left in the over. Gives it ample airtime. Chodan happy to wait for the ball to come to her. Bit of miscommunication. Chance of a run out at the strikers end, non-strikers end. And Gertrude, very quick throw, well backed up.
I think there was a bit of hesitation initially whether to take that run or no, but eventually they went for it. Good cheeky single here.
Saranakumar gives the ball plenty of airtime.
It's very clever bowling, very clever bowling. In this, what happens is that the more you're going to wait for the ball, the more you're not going to be very sure what time to connect. Number one. Number two, you have to hit that with a lot of power because you're tempted to hit a slower one. And if you miss that, you miss the bus.
Exactly. It gets to that point where your reflexes are no longer in play. It's doing the thinking. Chance of a run out at the strikers end. Chodan sent back. Saranakumar ends the over on level terms. 14 overs done, 75 for 3, and they need 25 runs of the last 36 deliveries for victory.
KTJ will be brought to the attack. And this is where you say, Krishita, what she's done, she's bowling those slower ones with a flight. She's trying to tire the, both the one, you are waiting for the ball, you are tempted to hit the slower one. In that, the loss of energy while playing that particular shot because you've waited for so long is going to eventually tire you. And that is where it is seen that both the batters are looking tired. And this once again in the air. Will they go for the second one? Gertrude coming on the ball. Throw is at the right end and good running between the wickets.
Very strong arm, Gertrude.
Yeah, she's got a good height also. So when you are asking, from Gertrude that she has to cover a certain area. Now, if you've seen, she's standing at the mid-wicket region. From there, she almost went on to the extra deep mid-wicket. It was good 10 yards that she has to run.
Twenty-three runs required, I beg your pardon. Wind umpire Hijra's hat. Taken on the full. do better than that Qatar. They can't afford to give away singles that easily. Sebastian will be disappointed with herself that she couldn't stop that.
Right now, I mean, most of the score is handy, and that's the reason if you are even going from singles, you just need more 22 odd runs right now, and you've got more than I think 30 deliveries remaining right now in the store.
Now, once it gets to that 15-run mark, things will move in a hurry for Bhutan, and Qatar need at least 2 wickets in the next 5 to 6 runs.
Oh, this is a suicidal run, a direct hit. Never ready for that. Sonam was in a hurry, and she will pay the price for it. Did not even look at Wangmo. It was Shering Zangmo who will. Oh God, she's feeling so sad that her partner has to walk away. Sonam in a flash just went for that run. Did not even see that if Shering Zangmo is ready for that run, and it's a suicidal run which is not supposed to be coming at this point, but Qatar will be celebrating this and making some new plans and strategies to move forward.
Well, it's up to the two Swarnams now to take Bhutan home. 21 required, and Qatar would have found some newfound energy now. They'll need to get a wicket or two in the next 2 overs to put and tighten the screws on Bhutan. Never easy batting as a new batter, but the good thing is it's Jordan who's been there, who's on strike.
And big appeal. What is happening out here, Yusuf?
Incredible scenes. The Qatari outfit is raging maroon here at the KTJ Oval. Now then, both set batters gone. We have a very jubilant Qatari outfit, and you can see Sonam Jordan upset was part of the reason why Zangmo had to be shown the dugout's way, and now she's lost her wicket the very next ball. Would that wicket in the previous ball could have affected her mentality and focus, Deepesh?
Bhutan will be thinking not again. Many of the times it has happened in their scenario that they have come so close, and then in no time they have gone so far. But Bhutan will be really hoping at this point in time it should not happen. They've really worked hard for it, and they would want to continue with the same aspect. 79 for 5, 15 overs, but what a turnaround by Qatar. We've got to really applaud the girls who has made so much of a difference, even at a low scoring total which they are defending right now. And the only thing that comes to my mind when you see such performances from Qatar is nothing can stop me. I'm always up.
This has been a spirited performance so far. Would be amazing if they can pull it off. And you can see the energy. The ball is coming a bit faster. Their fast bowlers are galloping with a bit more energy. The wicket keeper has a bit more focus in collecting the delivery. The voices are loud. This is what a wicket can do, Deepesh.
It just suddenly pumps up everybody. There's no two ways about it. We'll have to see every ball. The same noise, the same energy is going to flow. And with the wicket, it's going to just double up. On the pads.
As much as Qatar are focused on trying to appeal for wickets, they'll also have to be mindful of the singles that could be snuck through in the case of LBW appeals. That was just one of those cases where Jazza Mariam kind of lost track of the ball coming towards her in a bid to appeal for a wicket.
Moving on. A long over to finish. But in this over, Maria Jacob will be only looking for a breakthrough here, because they know that that's the only key to their winning.
Jacob drops it full and they'll appeal yet again. Like I said, this time Mariam keeping her eye on the ball. But these are valuable runs.
No doubt about that. Wonderful as it gets with every ball. This is the contest that you want to see in a cricket match. Even if you hardly need now 20 odd runs, 19 runs to be precise, but the fight is still on.
Exactly. This is the kind of unscripted thriller that you really want to see. Chance of another out at the striker's end, and Sonam sent back immediately. Still not matter of runs versus balls. It's wickets. Wickets will be the name of the game, because one boundary and Bhutan will be within touching distance.
I think secondly it's a good call, Sonam and Chado. On a busy road like this, you don't want to face any more accidents. And that's a good shot, and it's also into the gap. It's going to be a long chase. Maybe that long chase ends with ball winning after touching the fence. Boundary at this point in time would be so relaxing for Bhutan.
Oh, the ebbs and flows of the modern T20 game. One moment it's a jubilant Qatari outfit, and suddenly it looks like somebody's taken the speaker off them. This is cricket at its finest. Regardless of whether it's associate nations or full member nations, this is an evenly contested game, and it's lovely to see. 15 runs required. Qatar really tightening the screws on either side. That will give Sonam a lot of confidence. Maria Jacob running in. This time Fuller down the leg side, and umpire Ruqayya says one more run to the Bhutani total. Hands on the heads of some of the Qatari fielders. They will not want any free runs given. There's not much to play with.
Last ball of the over. Maria Jacob. Oh! That sudden bounce, and 16 overs come to an end with 86 for 5. Just 14 runs needed for Bhutan to win this one in 24 deliveries.
Very crucial 2 overs coming up next. End of the 16th, 86 for 5. Well, Roshni Sebastian, she'll bowl out. Very interesting to say how it will end up materializing. Beautiful bowling fielder placed for that chance of a run out at the non-striker's end, but nothing materializing.
This is good anticipation from Sonam. She was the one who was running at the danger end, and when it went to the short third, it gives decent amount of time for a run to get completed. So I think it was more to do with Sonam's initiative that was very well then responded by the partner.
Sebastian, crucial balls in the context of the game, drops it short, and Shruti was appealing even before the ball got to her, and as a result the ball got through, and
so it's just not the test of the batter, but it is also the test of the wicket keeper.
Focus is the name of the game. 13 required, 12 required in fact. Shorter delivery, and Sebastian will have to cut it off, but
I think, though these are all slower ones coming at you, and you're hitting all of it in front of the crease where you have maximum fielders out there. Probably for a moment, if you can think of hitting behind, wicket. There are good amount of runners waiting for it, but there are, its short selection is another couple of runs. Again, full toss ball. There is a big gap between mid-off and your extra covers, because there is a short extra covers that is being placed. There is not even a deep covers in place. So all these things you need to just
Bhutan doing it smart here.
be observing. Yeah, I mean, you can still get runs. I mean, singles. They're just trying to get closer and closer to the target.
Very, very smart. But I think Roshni Sebastian needs to take a breather here, rejuvenate, and see what she can effect in this final delivery. 9 runs required, single figures now. Opposite shot, the first dot ball of the over. 91 for 5, end of the 17th, 9 to get of 18 deliveries.
Sonam and Chado, both of them having a task and a big responsibility as Khadija comes back to the attack. Khadija Imtiaz.
Affected a wicket in her previous over. Change of ends for her.
Starts off with a white ball. Very well bowled again, and good stop on her own follow through.
Lovely game this is turning out to be. Back and forth, and Bhutan holding the sweeter end of the lollipop here. This time they'll get through for another single.
So singles is the strategy at this moment. Do not want to take any chance with going for those big shots here. Slowly and steadily, so you can expect 7 more singles, if not a boundary that might come in. Still playing very carefully. Qatar realizing that it's slipping out of their hands, but the efforts are still on. And Bhutan is very clear that we do not want to go for any big one, but just stick to singles. Mariam has to go direct hit, and even if that bullseye was hit by Mariam, it's still not out, given by the umpire.
She's hardly put a foot wrong today, Jaza Mariam. The Qatari fielders dejected with the umpire's call on that occasion, but they have to focus. There's 6 runs to play with. They've put up a fight so far, and there's enough to play for yet. 15 deliveries remaining, 6 to get, and it's Sonam on strike. Imtiaz drops it short, plays it smart, straight to the fielder, but they can do with a single. Bhutan really keeping it simple here. Lovely batting.
I think the message from the dugout has come very clear out that we are just very close. Do not go for any big shots, and do not try to commit anything that is not required. Just stick to basics, stick to your plan, and get us the win.
They'd hope that this batting unit had come together 2 to 3 days earlier, because all their games were there for the taking, Bhutan, and this one still is, and they hope this should be the end of affairs. Mariam does well.
She's such a good fielder. Even if in the earlier situation you saw her a direct throw on the stumps. Wonderful fielder. Just 4 runs needed. 18 overs that have been gone. 96 for 5.
Skipper bringing herself back on. Aisha Interesting decision. Sebastian has bowled out, so she has exhausted her premier resources. So she will have to bowl out, and it will probably be her from this end, and either of Saravana Kumar or Imtiaz to bowl out the final over if there is one. Aisha to Sonam.
Oh, that's another catch that has gone down from Gertrude. Not a lucky day for her. This is the second one that has gone down. Both of them almost in the hands. And she would be nervous. She would be upset. Is she hurt in the process? And I think yes, the physio will be called. The ball was hit with a lot of power. The physio making her way to the crease. I think she's still there, but I think she will leave the field.
Well, that slows things down a bit. 3 more to get for Bhutan. It looks out of reach for the Qatari team now. They looked really good. They put up an immense fight. It has been a game to savor. Both teams doing really well. Bhutan would have only hoped that this had come together a bit earlier. Takes it on the full this time, straight to the field. A chance of a run out, but that has been the story of Qatar's fielding so far. Too little, too late, and the close margins have been missed out on.
Bhutan is doing the right job, just focusing on singles, even if it is closer by. They're going every bit of it. And this shot will get the winning runs as well. And there it is. Bhutan winning this with 1.3 overs remaining and 5 wickets as well. What a fantastic show, Yusuf.
Sonam getting the winning runs for Bhutan. Aisha at the toss said that she wanted that 120. 120 and unfortunately for Qatar that could have been the winning score, but they put out a massive performance, one that of heart, one that of courage, and one that of true grit and spirit. They can hold their heads high as they walk out of this tournament, and Bhutan, they'll be happy to conclude on a winning note, but with a pinch of regret that their batting had come together earlier because they had games for their taking. And such is the situation. Shrutiban Kamlesh Bhai looked incredible for Qatar when they put up that score, 30 off of 34. And Fatima Mukaddam was holding together one in that second wicket partnership was the hallmark of the Qatari batting. And then the skipper chipped in with a quick fire 14 that took them to that score of 99 for 7. And Riya Pradhan looked best in position for Bhutan, getting 2 for 13 in her 13 overs, and Anju Gurung getting that first wicket that began the proceedings for Bhutan. Bhutan in response comfortably getting, not quite comfortably, but they did manage to get there on a bumpy ride, but eventually did getting that score in 18.3 overs. Nawang Chodan and Jetan Wangmo deservingly taking the top plot. It's as the top highest scorers, getting those early important runs in the power play, and Sonam Chodan played those important runs in the middle before handing proceedings over to Sonam, who took them home, and Shering Zangmo played through that middle period. And Khadija Imtiaz, she'll hold her head high as she bows out with 2 for 16, but Jaza Mariam, those numbers don't reflect it, but she created so many opportunities and was a performance of one to remember for her despite the loss. Played well, bowled well, and fielded well as well. And Roshni Sebastian tried to hold one end together, got that important wicket earlier as well, but Aisha, unfortunately for her, she was the one who bowled the winning over for Bhutan, and Bhutan will go home with credits to their name. And with that, we'll be back right immediately after the short break with the post-match presentation, and over to you, Dipesh.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. Myself, Dipesh Sule, and we will now bring in the player of the match and also the captains to have a word with us. to do the honors first for the players of the match, can we have our match referee, Miss Varsha Nagre, out here? And there were a couple of contenders, but I think Riya Pradhan bowled very well from Bhutan. 3 overs, 13 runs, 2 wickets. Then it was Nagwang Chodn from Bhutan who was performing very well with some amazing spells of bowling. And yes, it is going to be Nagwang Chodn who will be the player of the match with 20 runs in 18 balls, 1 stumping and 2 run-outs. Can you please come forward for a nice picture with our match referee? Nagwang, quick word with you if you don't mind. Well, how would you talk about this performance, especially when you had 100 runs and things did not go that smooth, little shaky in the start, but then again capitalizing the same momentum, getting runs, getting what is required in the first innings, everything, if you can just share with us.
I think because of the last match, we wanted to win this last match for our country, for the peoples out there. And I think even today we fumbled a lot, but we won the match.
How special is this to celebrate with your teammates?
I think it's a special one because this is the last match and we won the last match and we're going to go tomorrow. So I think it's gonna be a little bit special because we're gonna go to Bhutan, back to Bhutan with a win.
Well, take a lot of positives and come back very strong. That's all I would like to say, and congratulations. Can we now have the captain of Qatar joining us for a quick word? Aisha? Aisha looked like a very solid start when you said, even in the toss you were targeting around 120. Of course, 100 runs on the board. What do you think that were the missing pieces in the second innings?
I think we missed a lot of catches. We say catches in matches, right? Initially, the batters, the scorers in the first 2 opening partnership, I think that's how they capitalized.
What would be that one message when you go back and sit with the team, and what all areas you will try to work out with them?
Just not to play a lot of dot balls while batting and be more attentive in catches.
Aisha, it was wonderful to see the Qatar team doing so well in the field. Thank you so much for having a word with us.
Welcome. Thank you.
And now can I have the captain with a smile, Anju Gurung, the captain of Bhutan. Anju, happy with the performance and something positive that happened with a win and a lot of things to take back now from here on.
Of course, winning is always happy. So from here, we need to take a lot of in Bhutan, and we need to improve because match by match, we are girls are taking a lot of positive from the field. So hope this positive will continue in the Bhutan, and we'll come back strongly.
Well, so many girls are doing so well. Be it the the bowling department or the batting department or any department. How do you get the entire team together for performances like this?
I would say they have to be a little bit. They have to take a little bit ownership within themselves. Because first opener they're doing good, but the middle order and the down order they are not going according with our plan. So I think we have to focus more on that. Otherwise, bowling and fielding department is doing good. Just we need to focus on that.
Well, you have now all the more reasons to smile. So happy captain, you can smile. And any last thing that you want to mention?
I would say now the upcoming matches they're going to play, and all the best for them. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there and sharing with us all that Bhutan has done today. Thank you, Anju. That's it from the post-match presentation. We have one more game, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere.